Welcome to today's report. So we'll wait for just few minutes to allow all the participants to join in and settle down, and then we'll be getting started with today's session. However, we'll be using this time, so it's not like we'll just be uh, like sitting and uh, wasting the time. We'll be using this time, so we will use this time to understand more about today's webinar and how you can participate in them and how you can get the maximum benefit from the session. So once again, good evening and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's session. And today's, as I mentioned earlier, is a special session that we do during the week. And that's where we explain the participants how you can join Indian Business Portal. And the process to join is to create or how the process or the method to join Indian Business Portal is by creating a digital catalog for your business. So how you can create digital catalog is obviously something that I am going to explain to you in today's session. So firstly, we will very briefly understand about Indian Business Portal, and then we'll move on to understand or do a deep dive into how you can create a digital catalog, how you can create an online store to start showcasing your products on Indian Business Portal. And I can imagine we may also have participants who have already created their online store. So how you can do that is something, if time permitted, I will also be explaining. So if you are someone who has already created your online store and you have created it through any of other partnerships that we have. So for example, you have created an account through ICICI Bank Global Linker, and then you have already created your account, you have already created your online store. Now, how can you start showcasing so you don't have to recreate or redo the entire thing once again? How can you just start showcasing your product or services on Indian Business Portal? That is something I'll also try to explain towards the end of the session. So I think it is already 5:35. So let's get started. And now I am going to start sharing my screen, and we will firstly move on and we'll try to understand about Indian Business Portal, and then how you can start showcasing your product and services by creating a digital catalog, by creating an online store for your business. I can imagine I am audible and you can all see me as well, but I'll just take a few seconds to quickly check my audio settings so that there's no issue and all of you can hear me and understand the information that I'm sharing in a better way or in a required manner. So let me just adjust my mic as well a little bit. Yeah. All right. So let's get started. Once again, good evening and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's session. And as I can imagine, all of you are extremely keen to understand how you can create a digital catalog to start showcasing your product or services on Indian Business Portal. So without spending any more time, let's quickly get started. All right. So this is Indian Business Portal, what you're seeing on your screen. And it is a platform which is created jointly by the Federation of All India Export Organization, which is a premier export promotion body by Ministry of Commerce, Government of India, and Global Linker, which is a business networking and digitization enablement platform trying to or striving to make business growth of SMEs globally, simpler, more profitable, and enjoyable. So it is a joint initiative by Global Inker, which I represent, and a government entity called FIO, which is a Federation of All India Export Organizations. So two entities have joined hands and created Indian Business Portal. But what is the objective of Indian Business Portal? What are we trying to achieve, or what are we trying to do from Indian Business Portal? So with Indian Business Portal, we are creating a platform, we are creating a place where Indian exporters can showcase their product and services, and international buyers can come and they can review the offerings from Indian exporters, and then they can explore the business opportunities with them. So, in all, it is a platform which is striving to help you in growing your export business or growing your business internationally. So, in very short or in a very non-technical language, this is what Indian Business Portal is, and this is the objective of Indian Business Portal, that is to help you in growing your export business. Now, how is this platform different from the existing or conventional solution? So with this Indian Business Portal, what we are trying to do is we are trying to achieve two broader objectives. The first objective is to digitize Indian business owners or Indian SMEs who are in the export business. Because if you look around you, you'll notice that majority of businesses who are into export business, they don't have any digital presence. They are literally digitally absent, and that is a significant reason why we are not able to grow our business, or as a country we are not able to grow digitally or grow our exports digitally, because or exports, because majority of our exporters are non-digitized. So that is a very broad and significant objective that Indian Business Portal, or this initiative Indian Business Portal, this initiative called Indian Business Portal, is trying to achieve, and that is sorry, and that is to digitize businesses like you. And how do you digitize? Because digitize or digitization is a term which is used very frequently, but many of us are not aware what does it mean. So digitization obviously has different levels, but in a very common man's language, or in a very simple term, digitization means that you are discoverable online. That is a very basic level of digital. Sorry. I have a bad throat, so please bear with me. So that is a very basic level of digitization, that if you can be discovered online, it is a different story whether you are on the first page or on the 14th page. That is a different story. But if you can be discovered online, that is a basic level of digitization. Now, if someone can also review your product or services, or they can review and understand about your offering, so what products or services you're offering, if they can understand about that as well, that is the next level of digitization. And then the extreme level is where all your business, internal process, external process, all of them are interlinked and digitized, and everything is happening digitally. That is the next level, where you have a ERP solution, your internal production, and everything gets interlinked, and the entire ERP, your sales process, your distribution process, everything is digitized. That is the next level. But this is where, from a basic construct, what we are trying to achieve is to achieve the level 2 digitization, where you are not only discoverable, but you also have the capability to receive orders and inquiries, or generate orders and inquiries digitally. So you can be discovered, and people can explore information about your offering, and they can generate, or they can give you leads and inquiries. So that is what we are trying to achieve. That is one objective. And second objective is related to it, and that's why I have said it is a second objective. And the second objective is to create an avenue, so that these businesses who are digitizing themselves, because digitization or one very big myth associated, or one very big misunderstanding that people have with digitization, is they believe that the moment they create a website, automatically from the next day there will be like a queue of people wanting to do business with you, queue of international buyers, or like there's a long line, people are standing in queue that, hey, you were not there and we are wanting to do business with you. Where were you? We couldn't find you online. Nothing like that will happen. So obviously, people have wrong expectations, but more importantly, because creating a website or creating a digital catalog or creating an online store, whatever term you would want to call it, is a medium. It is a tool that you're using to achieve an objective. And your objective is obviously to grow your business, to generate more leads and inquiries for your business, right? So to help in that objective or help in that end objective, because even if we are digitizing business and if they are not able to generate anything out of it, obviously they will lose interest in that. So that's why we have created this platform, which is showcasing products from all these businesses which are getting digitized. And at the same time, PO is putting significant efforts in bringing international buyers so that they can explore the offerings from Indian exporters, and all the Indian exporters can grow their business using this initiative, right? So that is Indian Business Portal and the objectives of creating Indian Business Portal. Now, I hope, or I'm just thinking that we have already spent enough time trying to understand about Indian Business Portal, and I can imagine that most of the doubts or many of the doubts which were there in your mind when you were joining this session, they are already cleared. But still, if you have any doubt, or if there's anything which is not very clear to you, or if you have any other doubt related to Indian Business Portal, please do feel free to add in the Q&A. So at the bottom, you'll see there's a button called Q&A. You can just click on it and you can add your question there. All right. So let's move on to the next part of our discussion, and that is how can you create your digital catalog, how you can create your online store, how can you create your website, and then use that website to showcase products here. All right. I'm not going into the USPs of Indian Business Portal. That is something, if time permitted, I'll show to you. But this is where I would want to spend more time on helping you understand how can you create your digital catalog, what is the process around that. All right, so let's move ahead. And as I mentioned earlier, if you have any question or anything which is not clear to you, please do feel free to add it in the Q&A. One of the common questions that I often get when I'm doing a session about Indian Business Portal or about export, that is, what are the charges to join this platform? So to answer that question, there are absolutely no charges. It is entirely free for Indian businesses. So as long as you are an Indian business and you have an IEC code, which is Import Export Certificate, that's where you can join Indian Business Portal. Those are the only two prerequisites. However, many times when I'm interacting with business owners like you, many of those business owners express that we definitely want to create a digital catalog. We definitely want to create a website, and this is a wonderful opportunity that you have provided. We definitely want to join it, but I'm not confident enough that I will be able to do that myself, or I don't think my team is capable enough to do this. And even if we try to do, we will take a very long time to learn everything, and we are not certain, or we are not absolutely confident that we'll be able to do that with a good amount of accuracy, or we would be able to create something very presentable that can actually generate business for us. So that's where we have based on requests from these members, what we have done is we have constituted a small in-house team that is helping out these members. It is a paid service, and if you want to, or if any one of you is interested to avail that service, so I'll provide you a link where you can go and you can express your interest, and one of our onboarding specialists will connect with you. They'll understand your requirement and they'll provide you commercials for that paid service, right? So that option is also there. Don't get overwhelmed, or don't get stressed that how will I get created? I'm not very confident, or I don't have time to do all that, so I would want to outsource it. Yes, there's an option which is available. Second popular question related to this is from members who have already have a website, who already have their digital catalog. So they ask, can we link our existing website with the online store with Indian Business Portal? The answer is no. You will have to create your online store on the Global Income platform. The reason is obviously from the point of view of consistency and quality of information, because otherwise, if we are like linking thousands of websites into one platform and we try to have some level of sensitivity towards the data, some level of refinement we are able to do, but still, because one person may be adding information in a certain way, other person may be adding in information in a certain way, so it will be a mess and it will not be a very nice experience for the international buyers. So that's why we have or that's why any business who is wanting to showcase their product or services on Indian Business Portal, they have to create a digital catalog for themselves. So now, without spending any more time, let's proceed ahead and let's try to understand how can you create a digital catalog for your business. So obviously, the first step is to open Indian Business Portal. The URL is indianbusinessportal.in, or you can search for Indian Business Portal and this page will open up. Here you'll see there's an option called register as Indian exporter. You have to click on this option, which will open this page. On this page, you have to scroll down, and obviously I can imagine you may be tempted, you may be like inclined to click on this button, create your catalog, but I would request that you should avoid doing this and you should scroll down on this page. I'm not requesting you to review any of this content, I'm just requesting you keep scrolling down and until you see this section which is called frequently asked questions. Once this section is visible to you, that's where you'll see there is this blue color highlighted text and it says tutorial videos. You have to just click on it. I am going to do that. So a YouTube video will open up on your device and this is the video, and we will be using this video to understand the next steps. Although, and let's skip this ad very quickly. I'll just pause this here and I'll take you back to the page I was showing you. So this also has step-by-step process. If you have time, I would advise you should review the steps as well. However, this video is very exhaustive and you'll be able to understand the entire process very easily. There is also a Hindi version available. So many times when we are trying to understand something, language sometimes becomes a barrier. So there is a Hindi version as well. This video, which we have linked into the platform, it is in English. But if you go to the description of this video, that's where you will find a link to the Hindi video as well. So here is the link, and I'll try to provide the link of both the videos to the participants of today's session. So this is the video, and definitely we'll not be playing this video. We'll just skip through or move through the important steps because obviously your time is valuable. So displaying this video will not be a very nice or wise use of your time. So we have already seen these steps where you have to go to Indian Business Portal and then you have to click on register as Indian exporter, which will open this page. On this page, once you have opened the video, you can definitely go and click on create your catalog, which will open this page. This where you have to enter your name, email ID, password, click on agree and continue. In the next page, you have to do a OTP verification of your mobile number. After that, you have to input your GST number. Now, this is where many times participants have curiously asked me that why do you need our GST number? What are you trying to do with it? So this GST number is used to verify your business, or it is used as a medium to verify or ascertain that you are a genuine business or not, because otherwise like anyone can come, any fraudster can come and they can create a account on Global Inker and they can indulge in any fraudster activities to just to ensure that only genuine businesses are utilizing the platform. That's where we ask businesses to provide their GST number. However, in case you don't have GST number at the moment, or it is you have applied for it, so in that case, you can definitely use continue without GST. However, if you are continuing without GST, there are certain things that you will be missing out on. And I'm going to switch my screen and show to you what are the important features or benefits that you will be missing out on if you're not adding your GST number. So let me switch my screen, and very quickly I'll take you to another account. This is a demonstration account that I typically use to conduct my training workshops. This is on FIO Global Inker, and I have brought you here to demonstrate or to highlight to you what are a few important things that you will be missing out on. And I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the Global Inker dashboard or platform as such. So this is the Global Inker's platform. So whenever you'll create an account on Global Inker, and irrespective which of our partners, so we have a invitation model where we have partnered with government entities, trade bodies, or large organizations, and FIO is one of such partners. So all of our partners are inviting their SME base or their micro and small businesses to this platform, and irrespective from which gate you have entered, the interface and the features remain the same. Now here, we are looking at the B2B business networking feature. So this is where, as a business owner, you can find buyers and suppliers from 150 countries on this platform. So as a business, you will obviously be tempted to share something about your business or about the products that you are offering. However, if you have not verified your business, you will not be able to do that. Let me try to show you. So I've clicked here, and here you can see it is asking me to input my GST number and verify myself as a genuine business, and only then I can start sharing information about my business, or if I want to comment, or if I want to express interest in one of the offerings from other business owners, I'll not be able to do that. So this is a significant loss that you'll have, that you'll not be able to utilize these features. Other than that, as I mentioned earlier, that it is a business networking interface. So obviously, the one of the most regular or routine activities that business owners indulge in is obviously to find other business owners from this community that we have at Global Inker. Now here, when I am coming to add connections, and that's where I can see there are certain businesses which have this green tick, which means they are verified businesses, and there are other businesses who are not verified. Then obviously, if you are someone and you are trying to find a buyer or supplier from India, and you find someone which has a green tick, so it gives you additional boost of confidence that it is a genuine business, and you can confidently, or with certain level of confidence, you can proceed ahead to have conversation with them, as compared to some other business which is not even verified, which does not even have a tick. So what I'm trying to say to you is that you will not only lose out on the use of various features, but you will also lose out on getting leads, inquiries, and connection requests from business owners from 150 countries. So that's where my personal suggestion is, if you have your GST number, please do add. It is not necessary that while you are creating your digital catalog, you have to do that. Do it later, but please do that. Otherwise, you will not be able to utilize this opportunity in the right way. All right, so let's move ahead. Then you have to input your business name, and then you have to specify what type of legal entity do you have, and then you have to specify, or the country, state, city, and pin code will get auto-populated based on the location. So you have to just specify the company location. You don't have to add precise location. You have to just input the area of the city or the city name. That's all which is required. And then you will you'll click on next, and which will take you to the next screen. This is where you have to specify which industry do you belong. And after that, you have to specify what type of activities are you indulge in. So for example, if you are someone who is into manufacturing and exports, you can select manufacturing and export, both of them. It is a multi-select field, so you can select more than one option. So till now, what we have done is we have created the account. So we have created this account, which I was showing to you earlier. We haven't created the online store yet, which is now we'll be doing. So far we have created the account, and that concludes. So the moment you'll click on next, this page will load up. So this is where now we are going to start the digital catalog creation journey, online store creation journey, or website creation journey. Now you might be wondering why am I using all these terms, or why am I repeating all the three terms? Because based on my experience of interacting with business owners for almost 3 years, or nearly 4 years now, what I've realized, or what I've understood, is there are different terms which are understood by different businesses or different individuals. So, for example, someone may understand a website, someone may understand an online store, someone may understand a digital catalog. So, I just try to explain it, or I try to address it. I try to use all the terms which are there, which can help our participants understand the information that I'm trying to convey. But all of them mean the same thing, or they mean that we are trying to create a website, and that website can not only showcase information about your business, but it can also showcase information about the product or services, depending on what you are offering, and also give an option to international buyers to either give you an order or send you an inquiry. So that is what we are trying to create here. So we are on the screen. On the screen, you have to just click on this button, convert now, and which will open this overlay, which means pop up. And on this overlay, you have to just answer three simple questions. What is the main purpose of your online store? Approximately how many products will be there on your online store? And would you like to have a feature of minimum order quantity on your online store? And then you have to click on next, which will reveal this screen, and this is where you have to select various templates or various design templates. Now these templates are different ways or different methods, or not method, these are different options which are available, in which your information will be displayed. So I might be sounding little technical here, or I may not be like explaining it to you, I may be like confusing you. So this where let's try to understand it or let's try to simplify this concept, and you should be able to understand it in a better way. So let me just quickly, this page somehow has become non-responsive. I'm just trying to open a presentation that I typically use to explain to the audience this concept of design themes, because otherwise these terms sound very technical, and a lot of time people are not able to understand what I'm trying to convey. No matter how simple language do I use, they are not able to understand that. So this is a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, and why am I using this as an example, or this to demonstrate to you the concept of design themes, because this is something as business professionals all of us use, right? So this is a very familiar tool, right? So we are in the familiar turf. Now, to explain this concept or this phenomena of design themes or templates, I will be using this particular slide. It is just one slide, and it has 5 words written on it. How to create digital catalog. Total 5 words are there. Now, at the moment, you can see the font is white and the background is green, and there is some graphic elements which are here, right? Now, if I change the template to this one, that's where you'll see the font. Firstly, the font size will change, the background will change, the background graphic is changed, right? So the information that we have added, or the words that we have added to the slide, they remain the same. They are still how to create a digital catalog, but the way they are presented, the way they are shown on the screen has changed significantly. It has changed drastically. It is not like earlier it was green and now it is entirely a different color. Or if I'm choosing this one, again, you'll see it changes significantly. So what I am trying to convey to you, that these similar to what is happening here, depending on which design theme we are choosing, it keeps on changing. So the presentation keeps on changing, the how it is displayed on the screen, it keeps on changing, but the information that we have added, it remains the same. Similarly, in case of design templates, whatever information about your business or the product offering that you are adding, it will remain the same. So there will be absolutely no change in that. However, the way it is shown on the screen on your website, it will vary on depending, or it will depend on which design theme you're choosing. So it will vary from design theme to design theme. This will display your information in a different way. This will display it in a different way. This will display it in a different way. Now, as a business owner, what are you expected to do at this stage? So you have to just select any of the design theme at this stage as per your liking. Whatever is looking good to you, you can just select that. And if you don't like it at a later stage, you can change it very easily. You'll be able to change that within matter of seconds, or within less than 10 seconds. You'll be able to change from one design theme to another design theme. So don't get stressed that if you're selecting a particular design theme, you have to continue to use that design theme till eternity. Nothing like that. At any given point of time, if you are not liking a particular design theme, you can simply switch to another design theme. Another best practice or another routine practice that I would recommend to you is that at least change your design theme once in a year. So if you are creating your online store today, your digital catalog today, so in the next October, consider changing it. Otherwise, your website will continue to look the same, and it will be not very exciting or not very engaging for the visitors who are visiting your online store, right? So keep that in your mind. So it is something that you are expected to change from time to time. So even if you're selecting something and you don't like it, or you don't feel very satisfied with it, you can definitely change it. You're not getting married to it, right? So don't worry on that. Now, many people also get confused, or also get little confused here, and they think that a particular design theme is only for that type of product. So for example, here you can see in this theme, I'm not sure how big it is there on your screen, but here the visuals, they are showing cosmetics. So what people feel is that this particular theme is only suitable for the businesses that are offering or dealing in cosmetics. Any other businesses can't use this theme, which is absolutely incorrect. You can use any theme. The visuals that you're seeing in these design templates, they are only for representation, they are only for example. So even if you're selling cosmetics, you can use this theme or that one. Any of the theme can be used by any business. Don't get confused on that. All right. So this is where, again, what you are expected to do, you have to just select its design theme, whichever is looking nice to you. Just select that and then move to the next screen, which is where you'll see two input fields. One is store name, which is basically your business name. So just review the name of your business. If it is all looking good, just continue with that. And then comes the second field, which is where you are seeing a code and then .linker.store. And it is the title of this input field is store URL. So firstly, let me tell you what are you expected to do here. So you're expected to select this thing or delete this thing, what is written here. So this is where the system has created a link for your online store. It has created a link for your website, but absolutely it is a code, so you can't use it. So you just delete it and write your business name here. So I'm repeating it once again for everyone's reference. In this store URL input field, which you are seeing here, all you are expected to do is to select this field, delete it, and type your business name. Again, what are you expected to do here? So delete whatever code you will be seeing and input your business name. That's all you are expected to do here. But obviously, this is something which is more skewed towards, or it is tilting more towards technology, or a little technical. So I can imagine that you might be little confused or little unclear about what all this is. So firstly, let's understand it on a very granular or on a grassroots level, that what is a URL. So URL is simply something that you type in a browser to open a website. For example, to open Google's website, we type google.com. Similarly, to open your website that you are creating today, what someone has to type, that's what we are trying to define here. So, for example, the business name is Reliable Fashion. So you can type Reliable Fashion, and the URL for this online store will be reliablefashion.linker.store. Now, this where the rest of the confusion comes, that what is this thing called linker.store? So linker.store is our subdomain that we are providing to our audience absolutely free of cost, and you can continue to use it as long as you want. There's no limitation or restriction on the time that you can use it only for 30 days or 40 days, 60 days, nothing like that. You can use it for as long period as you want. So linker.store is our subdomain that we are providing to you absolutely free of cost, and there's no time boundation or limitation associated with it. Now, that leads to a thought in the mind, and if I was in your place, I may also have that thought, that why are you doing this? What is your intent, or what are you trying to achieve out of it, right? So everything has a purpose. So what is the purpose? Why are you doing this act of like giving your own domain free to the users? So there is a very important, a very powerful reason behind that, and the reason is many of the users who are trying to go through this journey, they are doing it for the very first time, and they haven't done anything digital, or they haven't created anything digital in their lives earlier. So this is where they are doing it for the very first time. And just imagine that very first time when you were like writing, or when you were riding bicycle, or when you were driving in a car. Always the first time is very stressful and very nerve wracking, right? So that's where they are already in a stressed stage, and at this stress stage where they are not very certain, they are not very sure whether they'll be able to do it or not do it, and how good or how bad it is, or will it benefit their business or not, etc. All those thoughts are there in their mind, and they are already stressed, they are already little overwhelmed. At this stage, if we ask them to buy a domain and input it here, or do the SSL integration, it will be absolutely overwhelming for them, absolutely nerve wracking for them, and they will like, just leave it. I'll not do it. It is too confusing. They'll have this kind of they'll have this kind of a response, right? So they'll feel overwhelmed, they'll feel overstressed because of that, and we don't want that to happen. We want to have a convenient and nice experience for them, and that is why we are offering our subdomain, so that when they are digitizing themselves, when they are sorry, when they are creating a digital presence for themselves, this process, this journey should be as convenient as possible, as simple as possible, right? So we want to give them that convenience, that comfort, that they can do it. We want to give them this confidence that they can do it, and they can do it very conveniently, they can do it very easily as well. So that's why we are offering our subdomain. However, it is not mandatory, right? So we are not forcing you to use our subdomain. You can absolutely use your own domain. So if you, for example, you have your own domain, your business name is ABC Enterprises, and your business, your domain is abcenterprises.com, and you want that if someone types abcenterprises.com, this website should open up, that is absolutely possible. Let me show you an example as well. So I'm not sure because my PC got formatted recently. So how many of the links are still there, but I'll try to show you. So this is an example. This is an online store which is on Global Linker. I can just show you that it is powered by Global Linker. And I will also show you another example, which is using linker.store. So this is an example of a business, a B2B business, a exporter that is using linker.store. So it is entirely up to you if you want to take it live on your own domain like this business, you can do that. Or if you would want to take it, continue to use it on our subdomain, you can also do that. There is absolutely no foundation to it, or we are not forcing you that you have to use our own domain or our domain and you cannot use your own domain. No, absolutely not. You can use your own domain. Or we are not on the other side, we are also not forcing you that you have used our domain for a very long period of time. Now take it live on your own domain. Nothing like that. All right. So this is the last overlay that you'll see, and then you have to click on create store, which will create your online store, but the journey is not yet completed. So you'll start seeing this button on your seller panel. This is where click on the button and it will reveal that what are the pending steps. So this is where you have to create or you have to add products to your online store. That is the only step which is pending. We have already completed the 3 steps which were required. So we have to just click on create your catalog, which will take you to this interface. Now, many times when I show this interface, people ask me that can't we upload products in bulk? We have like a sizable catalog, and if we try to upload like this one product at a time, it will take a very long time, right? So we'll spend like a week to upload the product, which will be very uh, effort heavy and also not a very wise utilization of time as well, right? So it will be impractical in that kind of case. So can we upload them in bulk using a Excel file sort of a thing? Yes, absolutely. That option is available. In fact, in the video as well, I've tried to answer that question. So in the video also, I've shown where you can go and you can upload products in bulk. And again, in simple terms, what I'm trying to say to you, it is entirely up to you whether you would want to upload products in bulk or you would want to upload product using the system interface. It is entirely your decision. We are not influencing it. It is your choice, whichever platform or whichever method you would want to use. You want to upload products in bulk, you can do that. You want to upload products using system interface, you can do that. So the difference in bulk and system interface is that in the bulk process, you are inputting information into an Excel file and then you upload it. So through that process, you will be able to upload like literally thousands of products in one go. And here you will be adding information about one product at a time. And so you'll upload the first one, then you'll upload the second one, then you'll upload the third one, then you'll upload the fourth one, like that. So you'll be going one product at a time. That is the difference. But this is a more easy method, or the system interface is more easy to comprehend as compared to like inputting information into an Excel file, which may appear a little confusing. So I would advise you, and this is something which I'm sharing from my decades of experience in the e-commerce space. So when you're trying to learn this, at least upload 1 or 2 products using the system interface. It will give you a very good clarity in terms of the fields and what type of information do you have to add, right? So I'm not saying that you will not be able to do it using the Excel file, or I'm doubting your capabilities. Absolutely nothing like that. But I believe in a fact, or I believe in this concept that if your fundamentals are clear, if you are clear about the use of a particular field, then irrespective whether you're inputting information here or an Excel file, that is meaningless, right? So just try to upload 1 or 2 products and it will give you a very good clarity in terms of what all information you have to add. So this is something which is very clearly explained in the video. So I'm not going to go into the micro detail because you can any which ways refer to the video and you can understand those steps. But there are few things that I would want to highlight here, which are like obviously the popular questions which are there. The first question is there straight on the top of the screen, that is GI products. So what is a GI product? So GIs are geographic indication, or they are the specialty products of a particular place. So if I can switch my screen for a moment, and I will very quickly take you to Indian Business Portal, and here we have a navigation called GI products. If I click on that, it will take us to the GI product page, and you can see it is geographic indications of India. So these are specialty products of a particular locations. For example, Darjeeling tea, or strawberries from Mahabaleshwar, or Nagpur oranges, or peta from Agra. So these are unique products of Banarsi sari. So these are unique products which are either cultivated or manufactured at a particular location. Now, these are the various categories in which we have our GI products, and there are a few highlights or popular locations which are also highlighted here. Now, if I can very quickly take you inside. So this is where you can see the GI products from Varanasi. These are wooden lacquer toys from the artisans or handicraft businesses from Varanasi. right? So these are the GI products. Now, they are also highlighted. So it is not like they have one special navigation. They also have the GI emblem here. So this is the GI product emblem, geographic indication product emblem. So any product that is highlighted or specified as a GI product, they are highlighted here, right? So any international buyer can see and understand that these are geographic indication. These are the specialty products from India. All right. So in case you are dealing in GI products, then you have to click on the GI button there, and it will reveal GI category and subcategories. You can select the correct GI category and subcategory from the drop downs, and then you have to upload the GI certificate. Yes, without uploading a GI certificate, you will not be able to specify your products as GI products. All right. So please keep that in mind, or whenever you're starting to upload the products, and if you want to upload a product or specify it as a GI product, you should have the GI certificate handy with you so that you can also upload it. Otherwise, your products will not be updated or will not be showcased as GI products. Then we have category and subcategory, which you can select from the drop downs. Now, note that these category and subcategory that you're selecting will not be displayed on your online store. These are for internal mapping, or this is where what you are doing is you are telling the system that these are the products. So map them to this category on Indian Business Portal. So this is where you're selecting the parent category, and this is where you're selecting the subcategory. And let me switch my screen so that I can clarify this with to you. So I'm just opening Indian Business Portal on another tab, and excuse me, my internet is terribly slow, or my laptop is a little slow or terribly slow today. So here you can see we have navigation, and all these are the parent categories, and then we have the different levels here. So what you are essentially doing there is you are telling the system that, hey, my product belongs to this parent category and this subcategory, right? So that's what you are trying to do here. And then you have to enter the product name. My HS code is another very important field which you are seeing here. So HS code is a search criteria on Indian Business Portal. So here you can see ITSHN code. So you should ensure that you are adding HS code. When you select a category and subcategory, the HS code gets automatically populated. But in case it is incorrect or it is not populated by the system, then you can import it as well. Product types I have explained in the video, so we'll not go there. So let's keep skipping. So I'm just fast forwarding it, or I'm just skipping the video because the rest of the information is obviously there in the video. So I'm just touching upon things which may not be very clear, or you may not be able to understand them. Now, lastly, this is where towards the end of the section, we have a section, or we have a place where you have to enter the meta title, keyword, and description. And this is used for search engine optimization. So when Google will be indexing the information on their servers about your website or about your product or service offering, that is where this information will be relevant. So you must add this information. But considering the fact that you may not have this information and you don't know how to generate this or how to create this information, so don't worry on that. There are a lot of AI tools these days available which can help you in generating this information. But please understand, this is a very important or very crucial piece of information that you are adding on your digital catalog. So it is imperative, or it is essential that you add this information. You can add it at a later stage. So I'm not saying that why you are creating your digital catalog, you must add it. If you're not adding it, you are ruining your business or you're ruining your digital presence. Nothing like that. You can add it at a later stage, but please do add this, right? So consider it important. It is as important as adding your product, right? And in case you're curious to understand how to generate this, so I've done a webinar where I have explained how you can use AI tools to generate this information. In fact, I will be doing a similar webinar tomorrow in Hindi, and from where you can get the information about that webinar, I'll be sharing, or I'll share the link of that webinar very shortly. So lastly, how to upload the images, that is also explained in the video. So we'll not spend our time and energy there. And that concludes. So lastly, you have to just come to the home section. How do you come to the home section? So on the top, you'll see there is this icon, which is like a hut. So jhopadi or a house. You have to click on that, and which will bring you to the home section. Here you'll see there's a button called unpublish. You have to click on it, and it will reveal that your online store is created, and you'll have confetti and you have congratulatory message. So this is how you can create your digital catalog, and then you can upload the rest of the products and get it ready. There are a few things which are not captured in the video, so I'll try to explain them. But before we go there, in this video, I have also linked another video, which is a compliance checklist video, because many times businesses like you or business owners like you put in a lot of effort and they create their digital catalog, but they make very small mistakes, and that mistakes or those mistakes prevent their business from being showcased on Indian business portal. So I don't want any one of you to make that mistakes, and that's why I have included the link to this particular video. So please review this video. You'll find the link in the description of this video. Please review this video to understand what are the mistakes which can prevent you from being showcasing your business on Indian business portal, and how you can fix those mistakes is also captured or is also there in the video as well, right? So problem as well as solution, both the things are there in the video. So please do review this video as well. Now I am going to switch my screen and I'll take you to that account which I was showing you earlier. On this account, what are you expected to do, or why have I brought you here? Because I want to show you what are the next steps. So the obvious one is you have to upload the remaining product or services, which I understand that you can go to the product section and you can upload them either using the bulk process or the manual process, whichever is convenient to you. Other than that, what are the steps or what are the things that you have to work on or focus on? The very important one is navigation. So you have to go to my store, and then you will see something called navigation, and you have to create navigations. You have to click on add menu item, type the navigation name. So for example, shoes, I'm just creating hypothetically shoes, and then you have to specify product. So you select product, and then there are different options. So you can either select a category, or you can select the product itself. So for example, I want these products to be displayed, so you can select them and click on save, and the navigation item gets created. I'll just click on save just to demonstrate. Like this, it gets created. If you want to create a subcategory, you can use the same process that I've explained to you, and then you have to just drag it towards right? So these are subcategories. This is the parent navigation, and these are the subcategories. And let me see if I can show you it on the front end as well. So I'm just going to open this store in another tab. So here you can see these are categories. So fashion, apparel, and fabric. That is, if we go back to our navigation, so fashion, apparel, and fabric. This is the parent category, and then we have these subcategory: denim, trousers, women, t-shirt, and dress. These are the subcategories. So this is another important step that you have to take. Obviously, otherwise your store will get created or your online store will get created, but it will not have a navigation. People will not be able to review the wonderful products or services that you have added on your online store. You have put in so much an effort that they'll not be able to see that if you are not creating the navigation. So you should create the navigation. It is very simple, and it is because it is a drag and drop, so you can easily manage it very easily. So this is the step number 2 after uploading products that you have to do. Other than that, the step number 3 is you have to go to store settings, which is here, and then you have to click on store details, which will reveal this page, which is about your export. You have to input information about your export business, and this is where again nothing rocket science. Your IC code, legal entity type, when did you start your business, what type of activities you are engaged in, your export turnovers, countries you have already exported to, countries you would like to export to, number of employees. You can add licenses, certificate. These are also displayed on Indian Business Portal, and advantages and innovation. And lastly, you have to specify what type of proposals you are interested in receiving from international buyers. Once you have added all that information, click on save, and then your about your export page gets completed, I will just quickly show you that. So we were looking at these Varanasi exporters. So I'm just going to open the profile of this exporter, Balaji Handicraft, and you can see there is a about us page there. So if I open that, that's where you can see the information about that business. They haven't added any of the certificates, but in case uh, you add, they are also displayed here, right? Which adds more credibility or more trustworthiness to your business. So you must add your certificates also here, so that you are represented or you are presented or you're presenting yourself as a trustworthy, as a genuine business in front of international buyers. So this is step number 3, right? Step number 4 is to beautify your store, because understand, and if I can momentarily take you back to Indian Business Portal, there is this option called visit store, and if they click on it, it takes them to your online store. Now if your online store is not very professional looking, if it is not presentable, what will happen is they will feel it is not a genuine business, this is not a professional organization, and they may decide not to proceed ahead or not to even approach you. So you may lose out on opportunities. So that's where you should also focus on making your digital catalog presentable. I'm not saying, or I'm not recommending that it has to be the world's most beautiful and engaging website. Absolutely not. But at least it should be presentable. It should be professional looking. How can you do that? That's where you will have to join me on Friday. That's where I will be explaining, just one day from today. So on Friday at 5:30 p.m., I will be doing a session where I explain to the audience how you can make your digital catalog more presentable and credible as well. So how you can do that. So join me on Friday. Now there is step number 5, which is an optional but I would recommend that you should do that. Step number 5 is, again, we have to go to my store and you have to go to pages, and that's where you will see these policy pages. So you should review them and enable them. Terms and condition and privacy policy pages are required on all the websites. So irrespective, like whether you are receiving leads or whether you are receiving orders, they are required by the law to be there on all the websites. And we have already added the standard content for you. So all you have to do is to click on edit, review the policy content here, or you can copy paste it into a Word document, get it reviewed by your legal expert, and once you have the final content, copy paste it back here, and then turn it on. Status is here, it is by default off. Turn it on and click on save, and the page will get enabled. So if you are someone who is having a store where you want to receive orders, in that case all 4 of them are relevant to you. If you are someone who wants to receive leads or inquiries, in that case these 2, the terms and condition and privacy policies, are relevant to you. Now that is not the objective why I have brought you here. The objective is that you should create a about our business page as well, because this is what gets created is a very standard thing. This is not very engaging, and only the essential information is there, which I've already shown. You have to go to settings, and from there you have to create the about our export page. This is like your company profile that you're creating, where you're adding content about your business, your clients, or your story, your history, etc. Right? So you should focus on creating that as well. So this is where I'm going to turn off my screen share and we will break into the question answer round. So if there is anything which is not very clear to you, I can already see there are 2 questions in the chat. So I can see there's a question by Mr. Manish Kumar. There he wants to understand how to get GI for merchant exporters. There is a organization. I think it is based out of Chennai. I'm not an expert into export. I'm an expert into technology, but this is something which I have heard from PO's officers when they were responding to a similar question. And what they have proposed was to reach out to this organization. It is a GI certificate issuing organization. They're based out of Chennai, so you can reach out to them and they'll be able to guide you that how can you get a certificate for your business. I cannot see any other question. I'll just very quickly look into the chat. So I can see there's a question in the chat and it is from Soumya. We have multiple sites for different products, but one GST. So in that case, you don't have to create multiple sites. You can have just one website which showcases all the products, and you can use your one GST number. So you don't need to have like multiple GSTs here. So just one online store, and it can showcase all the various product categories that you deal in, and that will also help you with your marketing effort. You don't have to market different websites, and obviously if you have four websites, it's a four-time effort. Whereas one website, it is one-time effort, so it will also help you with your marketing effort. I hope I have answered the question. So if there are any questions from the audience, please do feel free to ask your question. You can add them in the chat or you can add them in the Q&A that you are seeing down below. I mentioned to you that I will be sharing the links of the tutorials. So let me just quickly do that. I've shared the link of the video, which I've shown to you, or you already know where you can find that video. And you'll find the Hindi version and the compliance checklist video links in the description of this video. Abhishek, there's a question by Abhishek Kesari, and he has written that no business has come from the Global Inker Plant portal for last 2 years. What to do? Abhishek ji, this is where I would want to connect with you and understand what have you done. And if I can preview your profile, I can share my suggestions in terms of what are the things that you should do to get business. And firstly, let me clarify that Global Inker or the online store that you're creating or Indian business portal, these are opportunities which are out there for you to utilize and any other business to utilize. And there are already businesses that we know of that have utilized this opportunity. So essentially, you haven't or utilized the opportunity, you haven't understood or you haven't made an effort to understand how you can utilize this opportunity in a better way. So it is not like you're joining the platform and all of a sudden like heaven's gates opens up and like everything will come to you automatically. This is a digital or a digital interface that we are providing to you. So we are giving you a hammer. You can break a wall or you can make a table out of it. It is entirely up to you. So how you're using the tool makes the difference, but you have to use the tool. And that's where, as I said, you can share the details with me. I will review your online store. I will review your profile, and I will get back to you in terms of what all improvements you should do or what are the things that you have missed out, which are preventing your businesses or have not resulted in you utilizing the opportunity. So let me just quickly share my contact details here. Just give me a moment and I will share my contact details, and then you can share the details to, you can share details about your profile and your online store, and I will review and get back to you. Just give me a few seconds to take out the details. And I hope you were not imagining this is like listing on Amazon, where you're listing your products and you'll start getting leads in order. We are not that platform. So I've added my contact details in the chat. So Abhishek ji or any one of you, if you are interested to connect, you can reach out to me. The most suitable medium will be email, or you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. Phone calls I'm not very prompt in answering them because many times I'm busy in training sessions or webinars. But I'll try to answer as many as possible. But the requested medium will be email or WhatsApp. All right. So this is where I don't see any more questions. So this is where we'll conclude the session for today. Thank you everyone for taking out time and joining this session. Hope you found this session informative. You already have my contact details. So if you have any question or if there is anything that you would want to discuss or understand, please do feel free to reach out to me. And this is where I'm closing the session for today. Once again, have a wonderful evening and bye-bye from our side from now.